Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have three teams for you for the World Event Calling Time. We have a spell damage medal, so you want to hit all enemies with spell damage as much as possible, because that's what the event is. They give you a special medal that makes you extra strong for doing spell damage to all enemies. You should use that if you can. Here's the first team. It is the high level team. I'm using basically Eldritch, is it Elder Dragon? Elder Dragon and Medea. So, forget which weapon that is. It's the Staff of the Other Worlds. Staff of the Other Worlds, Medea, Elder Dragon, and Eldritch Minion, who does, brown to purple empowered. So, starts the battle with full mana, and then turns brown to purple. Medea uses purple, you cast, you win. It's pretty quick. You got Elder Dragon there for backup if you need more damage. Most of the time, you're just going to be casting Eldritch Minion immediately, and then Medea, and then winning. It's not super hard. It was the best I could come up with this restriction, which I think is just Karakoth. But the scoring. World Event, Calling Time. There are 6 battles that players can encounter during the event. Tomb Knight, Deathclaw, Bone Golem, Vanya Soulmourne, Bone Dragon, and Zathenos. The battles are randomly chosen, but they all have an equal chance of appearing on the map. So the scoring goes, Zathenos is worth the most, then Bone Dragon, then Vanya, then Bone Golem, then Deathclaw, and then Tomb Knight. Just remember that the boners are worth more. That's all you have to remember. Zathenos is worth the most, because it's a mythic. It's light blue, it's cyan, you'll see it. It's the boss. Zathenos is worth the most, right? After that, just remember that boners are worth more. Bone Dragon's worth more than Vanya. Bone Golem's worth more than everything else except for Vanya. I mean, because Vanya and Bone Dragon are both going to be legendary. You're going to be able to tell, but you're going to be like, which one's worth more, Bone Dragon or Vanya? And you'll remember that boners are worth more. And then you'll have, like, Bone Golem and Deathclaw, and you'll be like, which one's worth more? I don't remember. And you'll remember that boners are worth more. Bone Golem's worth more than Deathclaw. Bone Dragon's worth more than Vanya. It's also alphabetical order if you don't want to be crude and talk about boners like me. But anyway, here's the second team. This is the mid-level team. We just dropped Elder Dragon, and we added another Medea, and it works fine. Sometimes that's going to happen between the high-level team and the mid-level team. You're just taking one thing off and adding 2 of another, and now you have pretty much the same team, just a little bit different. So we got the Medea twice, which is a legendary troop, not a mythic. So that's why it's the mid-level team. No mythics on this team at all, just a couple legendaries. Staff of the Other Worlds again. It makes purple and brown, which is good because the Eldritch Minion turns brown to purple. So if you don't have alignment immediately, you can cast the staff, and that will give you alignment, and then you can cast the minion, and then that will give you like both your Medeas for sure, because you're making so much brown and purple that you almost have to have alignment with that Eldritch Minion after that. So then you cast it, you make so much purple that you get both Medeas up, and you're for sure going to be killing the enemies with 2 Medeas. The staff should be in the Soul Forge right now, and if it's not, this is the mid-level team, not the low-level team. And then Medea, you know, it's a legendary. It's not super easy to get, but once again, this is the mid-level team, not the low-level team, and it's not a mythic. Then Eldritch Minion is a epic or something, or ultra rare. It shouldn't be that hard to get. Yeah, this Otherworld staff makes the purple and brown based off of can't remember if it's Karakoth or Daemon or something like that. I think it's Karakoth because I think our whole team is not like Daemon or Mystic or something. I think it is just all Karakoth. So use Sorcerer to make sure that my whole team was Karakoth. And yeah, not the best class ever, but you got to do it sometimes to make your weapons work. Alright, the low-level team was the hardest one to figure out of all. There's like no enemies that are hitting... There's no allies that hit all enemies except for like maybe Sacrificial Priest. But why not try to use this new troop that we have? Even though I'm not a big fan of single target damage, it does have a bunch of extra turns on it. So it's more similar to like a Chalcedony or a Secra than it is to like a crappy Chris Hound or something. So you're making all these Hourglass gems on the board. Eventually I decide to make my banner double yellow purple. That way anytime I match an Hourglass gem I get more mana. So make sure you do that. We got 3 of them. You can buy as many as you want in the glory shop right now, so you can get this troop easily with glory and easy to get resource. You should be able to get 3 of them, I would say. But every time it gets a kill, it puts hourglass gems on the board. And you have 3 of them. And they're all getting kills, and you're putting tons of hourglass gems on the board. And then we have a weapon which explodes, which will blow up the hourglass gems. That's like the key thing to this team. You got to have the weapon that explodes. It should be in the Soul Forge if you don't have it already. It's called the Old Magus' Staff, I think. And it blows up like purple or something. And gives a buff to Karakoth allies, I think. Which is cool, because we're all that. And then, you know, we're putting all them hourglass gems on the board. We're blowing them up, getting an extra turn. We're putting so many on the board that we can match them too. If we get a kill, we get an extra turn, etc. There's just lots of ways to get extra turns, especially with 3 of them. Then that third trait that the new troop has, putting even more hourglass gems on the board. It's kind of fun. It's not the best team you can do, but for a low-level player, it's one of the best ideas I could come up with. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.